everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today to do Politic news with a little black girl magic sprinkled on it. Now, y'all, all kinds of shit has been happening the last few days. Now, today, the guy that is the Attorney General of the United States, Jeff Sessions, he is in a little bit of trouble, y'all. Now, y'all know a lot of people in Trump's administration that he has appointed have ties to Russia. Well, here's another one. Now, this again is our Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, and it has come out that he has also spoken with the Russians. Now, when he was being confirmed, one of the senators asked him if he had had any contact with Russia during the campaign, and he categorically said no. Now, it has come out that he has lied. Now, he came on television today to recuse himself from any investigations into the Trump administration concerning Russia. Now, I think that was the right thing to do. Y'all, in the past videos when I did stuff about Trump's administration, I was joking and, just telling you what I heard. But this time, with all of this spy information coming out, this is getting a little serious. So this guy right here is a Russian ambassador. His name is Sergei Kislyak, I believe is the way you pronounce it. Now, this is the guy that Jeff Sessions is supposed to have spoken to twice. Now, my question is, why is he talking to a known spy? Now, this guy right here, he's classified as a Russian spy, and I don't know why our attorney general or a senator would be speaking to him. Not only is he a spy, but he's a spy recruiter, and he's a top Russian spy. This does not bode well for the Trump administration because, just a little while ago, General Michael Flynn was also found to be speaking to Russia as well. And he had to resign, or Trump fired him, one or the other. But I just don't know, y'all. Think about this. All these people that they are finding to have spoken to Russia, who are in the Trump administration. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, we have people, coming in my comments, saying stuff like, it's okay to speak to Russia. I'm going to say again, Russia is not our friend. And for the Trump administration to have all these ties to Russia, I don't care what anyone says, this is really suspect. You got people in Trump's administration saying that there's nothing there. But then, every other week, we have another person in their administration being found to have spoken to Russia. So if there's nothing there, then why are they talking to Russia? This is really bad for our government. It's making the United States and Donald Trump, our president, look a little, like I said, a little suspect. And my question is, again, y'all, why are these people talking to Russia? They say that this whole thing, all of this stuff with Russia is worse than Nixon's Watergate. Now, like I told y'all, I didn't remember all of the stuff that went on with Nixon. So I had to go back and kind of read, and do a little research so I could understand what the hell they were talking about. But if this is worse than Watergate, this is really bad. And you know what? Something else that just trips me out. Why are the Republicans, co-signing and upholding all of this shit with Donald Trump? Y'all, when all of this is totally exposed, what are we going to find there? Our Republican members of the House and everything, they're upholding all this stuff. Now, you do have a few of them that are saying, no, we need a independent investigation. And I think that we do, because this guy, Jeff Sessions, we already knew that he was a racist and all of this stuff. And now we're finding out that he sat down and spoke to Russia. Now, again, he did a press conference today and he's saying that he didn't understand the question when he was being confirmed that Al Franken had asked him. But that question was very clear. Hey, look, I'm not in politics, but when I heard the question that was put to him, is either yes or no. Did you speak to the Russians? And your answer should be no, I didn't, or yes, in this capacity. Like they said, he could have just said, well, I am a senator and I do speak to ambassadors from different countries. And yes, once upon a time, I did have a brief conversation with the Russian ambassador. And he could have just said, we spoke about this, we spoke about that, but there was nothing to it. And then that would have been the end of the story. But the fact that he lied, that's why people are now side-eyeing him, saying, wait a minute. What, you lied? I mean, we just asked you a simple question. So, you know, this whole thing with Donald Trump, this is the third person because there was a guy back last August, Manafort. I can't think of his first name, but he also had to leave Donald Trump's campaign because he was talking to Russia. Now, just recently, Donald Trump gave his address to Congress and he stood there and told all these lies and made up shit that he was going to do. Y'all, I cannot believe that this man is our president. Every time I think about it, I don't want him to fail because if he fails, then that is America's failing. But I just don't like him as our president. He doesn't represent what I believe that America should be. You notice I didn't say what America is. I said what America should be. All of this stuff with Russia, y'all, it's something there. I don't care what they say. Now, I'm looking forward to what is found out. I'm looking forward to, who else they find to have been speaking to Russia because this shit is not over. I believe that this shit is just getting started. And I would like to know what you guys think. Put it down in the comments, child, because they in Washington showing their asses. Y'all, when I saw this next story, I was like, what? Oprah for president? Now, we all know that Oprah is a very successful businesswoman. She took what was once a very small talk show, and Oprah parlayed that shit into a multi-billion-dollar franchise or just business, okay? She has done great work, here in the United States and over in Africa. Oprah is a very smart woman, but Oprah as president, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. First of all, do Oprah really want to wade into this thing called politics? They said that she was being interviewed, and the interviewer had asked her, would she ever consider a bid for president? And Oprah talked about how she didn't feel that she had the experience to be president. But after Donald Trump won, and she kind of left it open and was being a little coy about it and everything. But when I heard about it, I was like, no, girl, that's not what you want. Now, I think that Oprah will be a much better president than what we got now. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I want right now to see another black person being basically persecuted in the White House. Y'all know how they did Donald Trump. I'm sorry, not Donald Trump, child. Barack Obama. They didn't get that man a moment's rest. They didn't want to, and I'm speaking of the Republicans, just, support anything that he tried to do. And I just tried to picture Oprah in the White House trying to be the president of a country that really, y'all, for all intents and purposes, they don't really like black people. And what it would do to her image, just carefully, you know, image, this carefully structured image that she has, and her brand. And I just don't think it's a good idea. Now, I'm not saying that I don't think Oprah Winfrey could do it, because if they got Donald Trump silly ass in there, Oprah at least has, a heart, or at least, over the years, what she's put out there is that she at least has a heart. Oprah is also a very, very intelligent woman. So it's not that. I just don't want her to do this, because I just feel that they would attack her mercifully. Y'all, I can't even talk today, but y'all get what I'm saying. And that it would damage her brand. You see what I mean? I don't know this. I don't know with this thing with Oprah and being president. When I think about it, and she has just as good a chance as Donald Trump had of winning, because let's face it, there's a lot of people in America that really love Oprah. Oprah also doesn't have scandal in her background. Basically, Oprah has clocked all her T's on her shows. She talked about the relationship with her mother. She talked about when she was younger being molested. She talked about being pregnant when she was a teenager, and getting an abortion. So I don't know if it's too much that they could dig up about Oprah, because pretty much she's put everything out there. So on that front, she would be good. She would be scandal free. So I just have mixed feelings. Now, granted, if she ran, I would support her, because I do like Oprah. And against Donald Trump, most definitely. But I just really don't want Oprah to damage her brand fucking with these people in the United States. Because y'all know that if Oprah got in office, no matter how much they love her now, child, Oprah would be in the White House, and it would feel like everybody was coming for her. So what I tell you, Oprah, is keep on doing what you're doing. Don't fuck with these people in Washington, because girl, if you're talking about scandal and them searching and digging for anything that they can find on you, if you talk about them trying to oppose everything that you tried to do when you got in office, even though they know or knew that your heart was in the right place when you were trying to get things done for the United States, child, I'm telling you, don't fuck with them. Don't let nobody sit around and talk you into doing that shit, because we all know, whether you love, like, hate Oprah, they would drag Oprah through the, oh my God, they would drag her through the mill, child. Oprah, stay your ass, involved in your channel, build up your channel, and sit back from afar and watch this shit happen. Don't wade into this. Don't let nobody talk you into this, Oprah. Tell me what y'all think about that. Did y'all hear that Oprah was, kind of being coy about running for president? And what do y'all think of it? Just leave it down in the comments. This next story, I don't know, y'all. Beau Biden's wife is dating his brother. Now, let me give y'all a little background on this. Y'all know Joe Biden had a son by the name of Beau that died of brain cancer. And I think he died a couple of years ago. Now, we saw Joe Biden on television after the funeral, and the entire family, and it was very, very sad. You could tell that Joe Biden is a man that loves his family, and the loss of his son it was just too much for him. Years ago, Joe Biden, Vice President Joe Biden, lost another family. He lost his wife, and I think they had a daughter. I think they were in a plane crash. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But he married this new lady, the blonde lady. I think she's a college professor named Jill, and Jill adopted his sons, Beau and Hunter. Now, what I read here lately kind of, I don't know, y'all. It kind of makes me feel some kind of way. But Joe Biden, Vice President Joe Biden, is, supportive of his son Hunter dating his dead son's Beau's wife. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So let me kind of break it down a little bit. Beau died. He left a wife and some children, and now his brother, Hunter, is dating his wife. Now, Hunter had a wife and some kids of his own. So I don't know if Hunter left his wife and kids for the dead brother's wife. I didn't find anything about that. They said that they just said that Hunter was no longer with his wife, but they didn't say how they ended up apart. So, y'all, did he leave his wife for his dead brother's wife? Now, I know probably in their family when all of this was found out, even though they're saying that they're supportive of it now and they're glad that these two found each other, I know when it happened, it had to be, kind of odd. And there had to be like confusion in the family and all of that, because that is just not something that's normal nowadays. Now I know back, decades and decades ago, if a brother's um if a brother died and it left his wife a widow, and maybe if there was a brother that was unmarried, maybe that brother would take on the responsibility of the other brother's family. But this, like relationship between them, I don't know about that, y'all. That seemed a little odd to me because, oh God, what do you tell the kids? This is Beau and his kids, and this is, the funeral and all of that. And then this is Hunter, the brother that's left alive. And then this is Hunter and Beau's widow. Y'all, whoo, we're going to have to really study this picture of the entire family to understand what's going on here. But I don't know. I love the Bidens. I think that Vice President Biden, he was funny, and I think him and Barack Obama made a great team. I also love the way that Joe Biden loves his family and loves his wife, and he was a single father for quite a few years after his wife and daughter died in that plane crash. So when he met Jill, people were happy because someone came into his life and became his wife and helped him raise his boys. And I think for Joe Biden, Vice President Biden, his sons were the light in his life. And I think that maybe he's going along with it because it's really nothing that he can do. He probably had to put out a statement because he found out what was going on and he was trying to do damage control. I know that he loves his sons, and he probably had a conversation with Hunter about this relationship with Beau's widow. I know this had to be hard in their family, y'all. I just, really want to know what y'all think of this. I don't know. At first, I was like, what the hell? Then now, as I talk about it, y'all, I got this big old softy heart. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, if if they like it, I love it, I guess. But it just seems odd. I couldn't imagine, one of my brothers. I have two brothers myself, and I couldn't imagine if one of them was married and he died, my other brother taking up, with his widow. I just couldn't imagine that. And I don't know if it's just something that I feel is a little, oh God, it just feels a little weird. And then you got all these kids that are involved. And they're used to calling one brother Uncle Hunter and the other brother Uncle Beau and one brother Daddy and the other brother Daddy. So how did they sit those kids down and explain it to them? You kind of get what I'm saying? So on this story, y'all, I would really like to know what y'all think of this. Do you think that it's okay for Hunter to take up with Beau's widow? Or do you think it's a little bit weird, but you kind of, wish happiness for the entire family? See, I know they were tortured after Beau died, and I know that, You know, that family is close knit. I just didn't realize they were this close knit. So I'm kind of wavering. You know, I'm the type of person I want people to be happy and find happiness wherever they can. But this one it kind of messes with me, y'all. So tell me what you think of it down in the comments, because again, I would be like, I would like to know what other people think. You know, sometimes you get caught up in your head and you're like, ooh, y'all, they kind of nasty, or these some freaky motherfuckers. But then you get to thinking about it and you say, well, you know what? If this works for that family, then who are we to say what's wrong? So again, put it down in the comments. And with that, y'all, this is the end of the video. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.